and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Dayton Planning Board meeting on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, Chris. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And our next planning board meeting will be in a new location starting on October 1st. We're moving back to the lower level of the town hall. Nice. All right, so first order of business is A1, LBH Hunters Hill LLC, Zero Clubhouse Drive, map 21, lots 73 through 78, inclusive, and lot 6, Form A application. Sir, when you're ready.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Lee Castagnetti, representing the applicant owner. I don't know if you recall, but this parcel G to the east of these lots was earmarked for future development of the remaining lots that it was going to take to get to the 140 that the subdivision was permitted for. But as you can see from the dotted lines that were here, you know, the way the lots were configured was this was something that we had initiated and wasn't part of the original plan. And so the way we had parcel G configured was going to have houses back to back on these lots, and the lots were all oriented as different sizes, and people tend to gravitate to the largest lot and making it harder to sell the smaller lots. So we just felt that if we just made them all relatively even in size, and then just altered how we were going to do that parcel G, so we could leave a tree strip in between, so the houses in parcel G wouldn't directly abut these lots. So that's really what the
Is that additional homes in parcel G1?
no additional homes. Same.
Not right now, but is that the intent?
Yes, yeah, and that goes back to our filing with you on the amendment. We had shown that as 11 additional house lots that brought the total to 140.
And that's so that strip in the middle is the strip you're referring to for the buffer in between.
That'll remain open space as part of parcel C. It'll remain open space
Got it. Okay.
and treed, so provide a little buffer between the backyard of the houses and the houses that'll be on the parcel G road.
Okay. Got it. No, everything looks. Is that it, sir?
That's it.
All right. Yeah.
In a nutshell.
It looks straightforward to me. I didn't have any concerns or questions, but members of the board.
I don't have any.
None?
I'm good.
Okay. Hearing none, can I a motion to approve the Form A application for this Zero Clubhouse Drive, map 21, lots 70 through 78 inclusive, and lot 6.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion before we take it to a vote? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. No nays, no questions, it's not ayes.
Thank you.
I think we have yep, we gotta sign your, thank you.
Same, just good.
Yep.
We should be signing one by two. Thank
you.
Glad I didn't.
It doesn't matter.
I was gonna go back there with my pen and sign those other ones.
I need to, one,
This
two,
one.
three, yes, that one. One, two,
I'll just-
just, yeah.
Has anybody been out to the
I'm just gonna have you move.
project, to the site?
It's been a little while, but, yeah, I went through the program.
Oh, you took the cap, I was like.
Probably the last time you were here talking to us, I did a drive around. Looks great.
The clubhouse, the site work is still in progress, but if you go in there, the clubhouse, it's all interior work being done now.
Oh, it is,
The
okay.
clubhouse is completely constructed, the exterior is sided, windows, fully finished. It came out, yeah, it came out great,
I gotta check that out.
yeah, it's a,
Pick a line.
No, I should take the top one and make them try to, take the middle one and have them try to fit the top on here. That's a passive aggressive war against all members.
You are on fire today, Beth.
She keeps the cover so we don't lose it.
Yes.
She doesn't, she doesn't
safe
hand that
play.
out. Not playing that game. Mine changes every time. Broadcast team.
That's good.
We had a meeting, we updated it.
Take care.
Good to see you.
Yep, me too.
Thank you.
Have a good night, you too.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda, no, I did see an email from the Dayton Boat Works, so they wanted to,
Yes, that wasn't a continuance because A, it's not a public hearing.
oh, okay.
And it hasn't been open or presented yet, so
Oh,
I just
so
struck
it's
it
still,
from the
that's why you
agenda.
struck it. Okay, understand.
Yep.
Okay, all right, so next item on the agenda is the surplus equipment disposal. Now, in your package here, this looks like old equipment,
Yes.
ViewSonic, an old monitor. Okay.
So we, updated my computer and the monitor, so I'm doing a request to get rid of the monitor right now, right in the computer hard drive. We need to hold on to that until Forest Hills appeal has, been finished. The hard drive.
Right, don't we back that up somewhere?
We do, and I advised them of that, but they
Okay.
still requested that we not do it, and our council advised not to do it, so. I have it in storage.
Okay, all right, I mean, if it's somewhere, it's in the safe, right?
Yes,
I would imagine
yes.
you put it in safe in case there's any issues. Okay, any water damage or fire damage or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So do we make a motion to approve this? Does that work?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
The disposal of the ViewSonic LED monitor.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, next one is item 4A4, which is the revised development flow chart. So in your packets, you should have a vibrant colored diagram.
All colors have been approved.
All colors have been approved by color deficient humans, two of my children. So, biggest change here, and I wish I had like what was before, what was now. Some of it's just visual, so the arrows are bolded and they're arrowed correctly. There were some mistakes in the arrowing direction. But biggest change here is what happens at the end. I think the previous one had like you're getting to a finish line. When we had a meeting here to go through this, feedback was that, there's a lot more work that is to the right of this chart. And so the applicant needs to be thinking about and preparing for a pre-construction meeting. And, once they leave us here, they have to continue on. I added a estimated timeline on the bottom. I don't know how real that is. I estimated, originally I had 30 to 45 days, but I thought I should bump that up. And I don't know if 60 to 75 days is reasonable. And of course, it's also based on that big asterisk there on the bottom, the big gray arrow. Project timeline and subject to statutory timelines and applicant level of engagement. Last part is, there's a lot of variables, and applicant level of engagement is completely out of our control. I wanted to make it obvious that it's a swim lane chart, so put that big bar on the left, responsible party, so folks know what we're talking about. So just like the previous one we saw, top one's the applicant, and you got planning/zoning board responsibilities, conservation commission activities or responsibilities, and the town engineers on the bottom. The one suggestion you had was about potentially adding more to the left, because, we start off on the top left, and the applicant has to contact planning and zoning to fill out an application. But prior to them doing any of that, you've got all of the Concom stuff that needs to happen to the left, all the ANRAD stuff. And even prior to the ANRAD, you've got the, not the notice of intent, what's the other one?
ANRAD?
It's before that. RDA. So, so the RDA, as far as I understand, the RDA comes first. So RDA is the request for determination of applicability, hey, does this project apply application. And then you do the NRAD using the NOI, the notice of intent. And so abbreviated notice of resource area delineation, that's the actual, no kidding, laying out the wetlands and everything and making sure the buffers are proper. And all of that happens prior to them even coming to that start box. So I don't know if we wanted to, I can squeeze another box to the left, so it's more stuff. I don't know how many things we want to jam in the one, but this is the planning board, zoning, Concom, application flow chart, so it makes sense to try and put their stuff in. So maybe I can stick a Concom box down here in the green that then comes up here and then goes, because anybody putting in a new project in the town of Dayton is probably going to be in a situation where they have to put an RDA in. So I think that's probably going to apply to everybody. So it should probably start down there, work its way up, and then circle back down again. But I guess I'm not trying to completely settle this tonight. But if unless you have comments on the tip of your tongue as you look at this, but if you're looking at this for the first time, if you could tear it out of your packet, bring it home when you get a chance, sitting by the coffee table, take a look at it, and if you can provide any comments, either next meeting or just shoot me an email. We can go through it. We want to get this. I don't know what the timeline is to get this updated. I know that the Stormwater Committee is working on updating their bylaws and all of that, so that's in process, but that's got a pretty long timeline. So I don't know, Dan, if you wanted to hit on any more on this.
No.
We went back and forth on email a little bit.
No, I think it should be included, because this is what you're gonna tell people applying. Here's what to expect, but here are the steps you gotta do, so that's a step.
Yep.
And I think you got, if you were to make this smaller, you got real estate on here to shift everything over, if this green box were a little smaller
Okay.
or more.
Or make
it could
11 by
just-
17.
Huh?
11 by 17 gives you more room.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a big poster. Yeah, I don't know what the dimensions are on this, but this is shrunken down to fit here, but,
What I printed it on was 8.5
by 11, yeah. But, yeah, I can definitely fit some more stuff in there.
And it kind of pertains to this, although it's more about things that happened at that meeting, but the town is going to ask Weston and Sampson to do a little bit more work for us than they had done previously, particularly around stormwater.
Right.
Like technical assessments that they didn't really weigh in on in the past. They just said, Yeah, or no, at a high level, you know, and, so we're hoping that the town will engage them to do that.
I think that's, yeah, I think, well, once they get the, stormwater gets other bylaws updated, then it'll be a lot more formalized, and we're hoping things will snap together and become a lot more smooth, because it is kind of clunky right now, even, you know, but we're still, with this last review, specifically with the applicant that isn't here this evening, it was the first time we've seen the town engineer engage and provide technical feedback on everything. So there was nothing left to, you know, just up to the opinion of the planning board. It was, okay, this is what this particular item is asking, this is our, right? So technical input was provided for everything. There's nothing left unsaid, which was really nice. So we had a full report with all of that in there. But what you're talking about is even beyond that, is all of the MS4 and all that stuff that stormwater needs to do as
Right.
well. That's also going to likely be, the town engineer is gonna be engaged in that. That's not part of this.
No,
That's
no,
like, that's,
It's kind of a segue, but.
that's to the right.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, that's something we talked about at the, we had a workshop here. And one of the things we wanted to do was to get the town engineer to be more engaged in more of the details. Those last two applications, Almena being one of them, there was a lot of things that were just left open-ended. And I started passing things around. If it was, it looked like a stormwater topic, it said, hey, stormwater committee, can you please provide your input on this waiver request? This looks like a wetland thing. Hey, Concom, can you provide input? Hey, tree warden, can you provide input here? So I was doling things out, asking people to provide their opinions. And when applications come in, we already pass out to everybody. So we're already expecting things from the police chief, the fire chief, the Board of Health, all these different boards are coming to us, already providing input. We were going above and beyond and asking people to weigh in on waiver requests. But because it's an application to the planning board, it's kind of a fuzzy area. So we're trying to take the fuzziness away and make it specific. It's like, okay, you're putting an application to the planning board, so we want to be able to make an educated decision, and in order to do that, we needed a cognizant person to provide input. None of the other boards have the personnel to do that, so the town engineer, it makes more sense just to put it to the town engineer, and that's what happened with this Shaw Boatyard project. They went through and looked at every single item, so there's no question. So that's how that's how I want to operate from now on. So it'll make our reviews a lot easier. And the nice thing about the town engineer report is, instead of looking at a several hundred-page application with a bunch of drawings, yes, you still have that and you can still review that, but you also have an abstracted report that you can go through with a summary to go through. And even then, that's a long report, but it hits all the important parts. It hits all the parts that are applicable to the bylaws, and you can go through, and if something needs further clarification, you can jump to the full application, but it allows you to go through quicker. The other thing we wanted to put on the town engineer is going back and doing like a punch list review or checklist review for a particular project. And I mentioned, like, it wasn't Green International, it was the one before, I forgot his name.
Peter Williams with
Peter Williams.
GZA.
Yeah, GZA. It was Peter Williams. I remember, it was like, you know, back when we were talking about how the planning board meetings used to happen in the planning board office. He'd always be there at the table when it was time for him to be involved in, and he'd always have this, you know, he'd have his project checklist. These are all the things they've got to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of it pertained to getting a road accepted, but we're talking about more than that. There's more than just getting the road accepted, because if we want to have a town engineer that spans across a project, it's not just the planning board. The planning board's like this, right? So there's a Concom piece, there's a planning board piece, and then it goes to all these other places. Board of Health gets involved if there's things that have to happen there. Stormwater can get involved for other things I guess that's a different timeline, but different situations. So we want to make sure that the town engineer is kind of the glue holding it all together with a punch list for what needs to happen across each one of those things. And on this chart, we talk about the pre-construction meeting. That's an important part of, once they get approved by this body, they have to be prepared for. There's a list of things, and it's well defined. It'll be better defined once the Stormwater Committee bylaw gets updated, but it's not a mystery. It's just not, needs to be better documented. Good?
Turbo.
All right.
Great job.
Thank you. All right, so that's that. So please rip it out, bring it home. Don't worry if you lose it, I'll email it to you. I'll send you a D-size print. How's that? She's got a D-size printer in her office.
All right, I have one,
We need D-size next time.
have one at work, so I'm good.
Good? Awesome. Got a plotter. All right, so that's that. Next one is public hearing for Theotokos. How do you say that?
That's cool.
And this is the 1965 County Street. And we got an email. C&M Pizza, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Should just say that next time. It's a lot faster. All right, so, got an email. Hi, Carrie. We are still working on the requirements. Please asking for a continuance. Thanks. This was an email received on Thursday, September 11th. Can somebody make a motion to
To continue?
continue the public hearing until October 1st?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item on the agenda is another public hearing for Bell Farm Estates.
I do have an email. You want me to read it into record?
All right, good.
Dated September 17th at 2:49 from Chris Vandenberg. He says, "Good afternoon, Carrie. It looks like we have not received that letter from the town of Somerset yet. So at this point, we request a continuance until the next date of October 1st, 2025.
Okay, yeah, you got that email today, right?
Yes.
Ah, there it is. Okay. All right, thank you. Somebody make a motion to continue the public hearing for Bell Farm Estates,
I'll make that motion.
October 1st, right? You didn't say, it did say October 1st.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. It's 5 ayes. Next one, this was an easy one. Monthly Serped report. I have nothing to report. The meeting's tomorrow.
Noted.
And it's an annual meeting, and I will not be able to attend. And really what that means is it's an annual meeting, that we'll have presentations and there'll be dinner. It's at the Rehoboth Country Club, I guess. So I'm not gonna be able to make it, but nothing to report. I don't know if it'll be after the next meeting, so likely the same thing, but please keep that on the agenda anyway.
Okay.
Just so it's a regular thing. Next item on the agenda is item 6, monthly stormwater committee report. And I don't think there's anything in the packet here, is there? No. Stormwater liaisons, any reports?
I'd like to report that I will no longer be attending stormwater
When, permanently?
permanently.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I'm not gonna be serving on any more subcommittees.
okay.
Okay.
How's this work? Were you voted onto this? Do you have to be voted off of this?
Yeah, when we made annual appointments, I think we appointed me and Joe was the alternate.
Nope. I will not be doing it permanently.
I know I said that I wasn't gonna come back until November. But since that time, I thought about it a little longer. And I decided, I'm not gonna serve on any more subcommittees.
Okay,
So going forward, you'll have to find somebody else from the planning board, or not. But either way, I won't be going.
Why can't we just get a report from their meeting?
Because they need planning board representation for any actions that they're doing.
Sorry, I didn't get
They need a planning board representative at the meetings.
Oh,
So
they
if
do
they,
need-
yeah, there's always a designation for the planning board, forget all of them, planning board. I know
Conservation.
Conservation,
Board of Health,
Board of
Board
Health
of Health. Building,
and
Highway.
Highway.
highway. I think-
But I'm no longer interested, thank you very much. And it has been a pleasure serving on the Stormwater Committee. But, you know,
okay. All All right,
You get no pleasure from it anymore?
No, it's not that, Joe, you know, there's a lot of things going on in town. You know what I mean? Look at the way they treated us, okay? Did you get your paycheck? 'Cause mine was cut in half as yours. Yeah, everybody's
I
was.
got doubled, that's so
Yeah,
weird.
yours got doubled. Well, it was funny, you know, 'cause they took away ours and then they gave other people raises.
So,
So let's not get into that.
there's a
I
subcom-
served,
there is subcommittee
I've been
of-
serving the town for an awful long time. And, my wife retired recently. I'm retired and I wanna enjoy my time. Thank you.
right, so they're a subcommittee of the Board of Health, yeah?
Correct.
And when do they meet? I don't even know when they meet.
Today, I think it's the third.
Yeah, the third Wednesday of the month.
In the afternoon though, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Okay. So it's only for
2 hours.
retirees,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. All right, so since there's no other retirees on this board, and neither you or Joe want to do it, I guess I can send an email and say, sorry, you no longer have planning board representation.
You could do that.
I fully intend to do that.
I could do it. I am semi-retired, and I have Wednesdays off. I would be willing to attend as many as possible, schedule permitting,
Okay?
and
Would you
depending
be
upon the
willing to
agenda.
stay as an alternate if he's able to cover some meetings?
Some meetings, but I've got a lot of things going on as well, so it's gonna be hard for me to do it.
Okay, I'm willing to,
Okay. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, so next item on the agenda is monthly permitting and compliance team report.
So,
State your name and address.
Carrie Easterday,
Planning board.
Department Manager for the Planning Board.
Thank you.
So we had the usual members, Building Commissioner Jim Aguirre, Lisa Caledonia, Conservation Agent, Town Administrator Ralph Vitico, and myself. Most of it was just really status updates on various projects that are going on in town, and maybe any violations. There was some discussion about the intent of the mixed-use overlay district, because we have a potential application coming in, going down Center Street. I haven't received it yet. I think they're still working on the plans to install a garage, or, I'm sorry, construct a garage to store some equipment in it. So that we just wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same page on the definition of a mixed-use overlay. And then we also had a sidewalk collapse in Maris Lane, so there was a correction request for that to be done, so we didn't have to order him to be done. And frontage allowances for retreat lots, so there was an individual who's interested in creating a couple of retreat lots, but they were asking about the frontage requirement and if it could be used as if they could use a right-of-way, but in our zoning bylaws, it strictly states you can't. You have to have the contiguous frontage of 40 feet minimum,
All right.
for that, and they won't allow right-of-ways. The bylaw doesn't allow.
Okay.
And that was about it, really.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward. We did have some discussions about how we're gonna move forward with the building and commissioner leaving the town. We do have an interim building inspector who's gonna be handling his tasks, at least from a building perspective. So that's taken care of too, for
Is
now.
it the same one that was on?
I don't believe so. I've never met the gentleman before, and you have to forgive me, I don't remember his name, and I think he's from Somerset.
Oh,
I always get them confused, Somerset and Seekonk, but I believe he's from Somerset.
okay.
So, unless, yeah, He's from one of those, forgive me.
Well, thank you.
You're
I'd
welcome.
like to talk about the overlay just a second, please.
Mixed use overlay.
Yeah, mixed-use overlay.
Yeah.
Because we have created a couple of those over the years, Main Street, and then we did William Street,
Correct.
right? So, you know, and it's, everything evolves. And I talk to a lot of people about things that we do and things that we have done. And one of the things that came up, and it made a lot of sense to me, was we could put a restriction on that, where there would be no car dealers in those mixed-use overlays. Because we did run into that problem on William Street, and,
And actually, after that was done, it was clarified, so in mixed-use overlays, when you have an overlay, right? So whatever the underlying primary zoning is, so for example, residential. You have the residential and then you have the mixed-use overlay that goes on top, and then the applicant comes in and says, you know, I want a car dealership. You have to look at what you're allowed in the residential district, and if a car dealership says no, or I'm thinking,
but we have not restricted any of the ones that we've created. We don't really have any.
I don't know what you mean by restricting though.
Like, let's say you want to make a mixed use all the way down Center Street,
Okay,
and somebody all of a sudden wants to put in a car lot right next to your home next door.
so as I was saying, so in the, you have the underlying zoning for that area is residential. So when you go into our appendix on the allowed uses, and you go down, it says no under residential, so it's not allowed. So like a junkyard, they can't install a junkyard in a residential with the mixed-use overlay because it's not allowed in our town. So that was one of the things,
But it managed
that
to
was
work out
clarified.
on William Street for whatever reason.
I'm sorry?
It worked out on William Street.
Somehow it worked out, and then we got some legal opinions back on that. So anything further from that, he wouldn't be
No.
able to do it.
So that just kind of happened, and now it's not going to happen going forward.
Nope.
Because if we put one down Center Street,
Yeah.
I want the residents to be assured that they're not going to have a car lot right next to their home.
No, and it's not going to be a car lot. The-
Oh,
the
I'm
potential,
not
or
saying that
just-
particular, but
But for example, if
if
it's
we
sit-
made the whole street, then someone could eventually develop something.
they could develop something as long as
Right.
it's allowed in the allowed use regulation schedule.
Okay.
So, for example, if you have a business as the underlay, so if you're going down 138 and the underlie is business,
Yeah.
and that says yes for car dealerships, then you can do that.
So we need a bylaw change, or can we just make a overlay district here at a simple
No,
vote
it has to be approved by the town.
approved by the
to put
town?
any
At a
overlay.
special town meeting or annual?
Yeah,
Okay. And there'd have to be a public hearing.
it would have to be just to be clear, are you talking about instituting a new overlay district, or are you talking about?
Yeah, a new overlay, like you said, Center Street, somebody on Center Street's looking
Yes,
for an
so that
overlay.
would be, doing another overlay anywhere, if you're interested, that has to go to a town meeting. It has to,
Okay.
we have to have a public hearing here. It'd be no different than if we were having a zoning change.
Right.
And-
But we need to have good reason to ask the town to have that. So who's asking for it, what are they asking for? And people need to know.
I'm sorry.
Why would we want to have an overlay district?
Correct,
Why?
correct.
So someone needs to say that before we just
Well-
ask the town to give us one.
Exactly, and that's not what they're asking.
I don't know what
The
they're
overlay-
asking, and I don't know who they are. I'm just trying to treat this, as if I lived on Center Street.
Right.
Because I have a lot of voters that live on Center Street,
Correct,
okay?
right.
What are they gotta be looking for?
Well, so they're just looking to put in like a 3-bay garage to store some equipment in there. At
Okay,
least
so
that's
somebody
what
wants to
I've
do
been-
that, but they want us to change the whole layout on their street for them.
Well,
That's
that's
what I'm
part
saying.
of, when you go through the mixed-use overlay, when you go through the bylaw.
So we're gonna create a mixed-use overlay for one resident.
It's already there. The mixed-use overlay is already there.
So can they do it now?
they have to apply. They have to submit an application and apply for it.
Okay.
So,
So
and then,
it's
depending
already
if
a
it's a
district.
special permit that's required, then they're gonna have a public hearing. But without having those plans in front of me, I
Right, right.
don't know what it is.
So it's okay for them to do it? We
Not
already have the,
without- Not without the board's approval.
It's okay for them to request it.
yeah,
If I may, just, I think what you're misunderstanding is, if residential allows a three-car garage to go in,
right.
then yes, they do have the right to put it in. But when they say storing equipment, that's
It's a difference.
that's a much bigger thing.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm just trying to look out for the people on the
no,
street.
I understand
Yeah.
what he did. I just wanna make sure that you understand what,
So we already have a overlay district on Center Street.
Correct. It's already there.
All right, so they're just
Not all the way.
asking
It's
for some
partial.
type of a waiver or
Center Street.
permission.
I think it goes from like the corner and it goes down. I don't think it's all the way. I'd have to double check the zoning, but it goes like, at least like.
I don't think
halfway.
it goes all the way either. It's
I
been
don't
so
think
long
so.
ago. I was here when we did this district, and only part of Main Street is an overlay district too.
Yes.
There's a map somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. He's got one.
Really tiny, but there's a map here.
Yeah, need a magnifying glass.
I honestly
Yeah.
thought that it was only a little bit up.
No, people are clever today, so, you know, people are very clever.
Yeah, no, but I mean, a three-car garage
Right.
can be placed on any residential
Oh, yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
provided that they meet the setback,
Gotcha.
okay?
I have one.
Now, what they're saying is equipment. Equipment means putting a big garage with big overhead
Right.
doors. And that is, I'm not in favor of that either. I don't think that the neighbors would be in favor of that. But the definition of three-car garage, yeah, they could put that.
That's, yeah.
But when they say storing equipment, is it to
That's
store
different.
heavy equipment? Is it to store old cars or?
And that's what we need to know. Yes.
Right.
That's a big,
And it makes noise for the neighbors. Equipment, they don't make equipment out of sponges.
a three-car garage
Right.
does not mean that they are gonna be making noise, and they have the right to put it in.
Right.
So like, for instance, that farm that's on Center Street, the pumpkin farm, or there's corn there now, or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know if this is the property, but if somebody wanted to put a garage there to put the tractors that they use to work that field, you would be against that?
Well, we're not here
They're
to
already
decide that
you know,
tonight.
they're already operating that type of equipment there anyway to work that field. It
Well, if
would
it's a
make
farm,
sense to have-
farmers don't need permission.
They don't need,
They don't need permission. They're farmers. Right?
So
Now,
just to
backhoes,
clarify,
excavators,
the mixed
oil
use
trucks,
on
that.
Center Street goes
Farms,
about
they can do whatever they
halfway
want.
from this corner down.
Okay.
We're right to
And then
farm
there's a
community.
little bit at the far end corner of Center Street because all of William Street is all mixed use.
That's the blue.
So when you go
All the way up.
to the very end of Center Street, there's a little bit strip going, a little portion over there is mixed use overlay.
sense, because some addresses are on Center Street.
Correct.
And some that they own the property all the way.
Correct.
That makes sense. But this one here, is it like the middle street
No.
from here up?
Oh, you mean where they stop?
From here to where it stops?
I can't, it's kind of hard to see on the, on this plan. But if you look here, right, here's Center Street. The green is the mixed use overlay. So it goes to about here,
Wow.
right there. And then you have all of this.
Yeah, you're right, it's hard to tell.
It is dark to top.
I don't think I can even see it.
This is the world we live in.
So, yeah,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, no,
do
I
we
mean,
have-
that's a real good question.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look out for the people.
Do we have that map, like, in the original, like, PDF or something? 'Cause
The original PDF,
well, I mean, it's near impossible to read in this book.
I have a really
And
big one in my
it's
office.
extremely pixelated
Yeah.
and,
So I don't have the original, I've had to scan these in because we no longer do
Oh, yeah,
business
this,
with that.
yeah, this is a scan, you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, if you go on the, our GIS mapping,
You can put the layers on.
you can put the layer on and it'll show you all the zonings.
Got it.
It'll show you the main, so for example, the main, zoning. And then there's another button you can click that will show you all the overlays. And so it'll be superimposed on that.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's the layers. All right, excellent. Next item on the agenda is the approval of meeting minutes for August 20th, 2025. Somebody make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mary, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mrs. Easterday, any additional correspondence?
Nope.
Any public input here? No? Somebody make a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, table.
Good, Cable.